Welcome to the New Zero. I'm Zach, and I'm going to change things up a little bit. From now on, each week you're going to see some cooking videos. For the last couple of years, I've been doing meal preps each week on the Sunday, just to make sure that I'm prepared for the week. I do 4 meals, 5 meals. Usually I'll cook up until the Wednesday and then cook again on the Wednesday to take me or see it through the rest of the week. I'm not a chef, so a lot of the recipes I'm using are from the internet. I'm going to have the recipe with me here. I'll leave the instructions or the recipe itself in the description below. But yeah, each week you'll see a new recipe, so I'll be learning and you guys can try it out for yourself. But I think the important part is that I will be honest about the food. So if I finish cooking and taste it and think that it needs something more, or maybe it's not that great, then I'll let you know what you can do to change it. But I'm definitely not going to tell you that each meal tastes incredible, because I know I'm going to come across some less than stellar meals. Open to feedback. So if you have anything in the comments, maybe recipes you want me to try, let me know. But I'll take you through step by step what I do, and hopefully you get to enjoy it. So let's start. So a lot of cooking videos that I've watched all talk about preparation. Preparation is key to ensuring that you don't make mistakes. They call it mise en place, like a French word. So what I've done is I've actually got a few of these, they're still wet, a few of these small plates, and this is going to have all of the ingredients. And I think the key is to prepare all of your ingredients so that when it's ready to start cooking, you're not sitting there cutting things up. I've also got these measuring spoons. You can get this for a few dollars from any of your supermarkets or big retailers. This will tell you like the teaspoon, tablespoon measurements. They come in handy. And that's really about it. And I've got a digital scale, of course. This is just to weigh all of your ingredients. This is probably one of the best investments I've made for cooking. So I think we can start. So this week we're going to be making it's meant to be a beef low-min noodle meal prep, but the butcher, I don't know what it's called, I don't know what you meant to say, is out of flank or skirt steaks. So I'm using breast fillet today, so you can change the recipe up. The recipe calls for, I think it was 220 something grams of of beef. I'm going to be using 300 grams just because I can, and we'll see how we go. Of course, I do clean the chicken, and actually, wait a minute. Before I do that, let me just wipe my hands. All right, so I've got my chef's knife. Nothing is more important than using really good quality knives. You can sharpen these before you start. If you don't like the noise, mute it. Sharp knives are not only going to speed up the cooking process, but it's also going to make it a lot safer. You don't want friction. So I'll go wipe this down. All right, let's move this chopping board out of the way actually. And we'll clean up a piece of chicken. Come here, mate. All right, so I will trim it because I don't want all of this fat that's on there. And if you have a different way of trimming chicken, go for your life. But this is how I do it. Just try and cut as much of it off. There's the tender. Look at that. Look at the knife and how it just glides through the chicken. I think that's the best part of having the sharp knife, is just the way that it makes everything so much easier and safer. Let's just get rid of whatever that is. I mean, the first few times that you start cutting chicken, it is annoying. You'll waste a little bit off, but it's okay. You're going to get better and better, and eventually you'll know what you're doing. If you really want to make it easier, you can tell the chicken shop to cut it for you, or purchase the ready cut pieces if you're sort of strapped for time. All right. So these last little bits of fat, and from here, the pieces I'm going to go for are just like strips of chicken, like a few centimeters thick. So what I'll do is I'll just cut across here. This is where you just use the knife and just go slow and just grab. There we go. As you can see, it's not the most uniform piece, but I can still slice it. So from here, just go cut. Alright, so I'm going to take it out and turn the scale on, reset it so it goes to 0, and let's add chicken. 296 grams. We'll aim for 300, that's actually close. Alright, we'll add a little bit more to it. You know that a lot of the chicken is going to be water, so by the time you cook it, it will reduce in weight. That's why some recipes will say a certain amount of chicken, but it will say cooked, because it loses it. I think I remember cooking 2 kilos of chicken once, and once I cooked it, I weighed it, and it turned into like 1.2, so it lost almost half of the weight. Alright, so 348 grams of chicken. I think that seems good to me. I'm just gonna, I actually bought a lot more chicken than I needed. I'm gonna store this away. Alright, so now we're going to marinate the chicken, and the way that you do that is by using a tablespoon of soy sauce and a tablespoon of cornstarch, I believe. So cornstarch, corn flour. Let's do that first. We've got the tablespoon. Put it in there. So the soy sauce, I've got some sweet soy, I've got some dark soy. I might actually mix it up and use a couple. This is all of it. So let's do half a tablespoon of dark and half a tablespoon of sweet. Take that away. Gives it a little bit of flavour. Alright, so we've got that there. There's the sauce. Alright, we're going to mix this with my hands. I think I probably should have done the sauce on the side and then mixed it and put the chicken in afterwards. But this actually looks, I know you're not meant to eat raw chicken, but it smells incredible. Just get it all mixed really, really well. And this is probably not a time to lick your fingers, but unless you're looking for a quick weight loss method in the bathroom. Right, let's put this away. All right, now we're going to chop up our other ingredients. So I'm going to start with the broccoli, and I'll use my Japanese steel knife. It looks so good as well. Put that away. We're going to cut it into florets, which is just these pieces, and this is really easy and it's satisfying as well. Of course, you need to wash your vegetables, especially now. Let's see how much broccoli we actually have. Yeah, 215 grams, that sounds about right. Let's pop it in here, we'll wash that a little bit after. Then we've got a carrot. Some people peel their carrots or scrub them. To be honest, I don't mind it the way they are. I'm just gonna cut this into sticks, matchsticks. So cut that in half. Right. I might even cut these in half. And put those over here. Perfect. Alright, so next one is capsicum. So cut the top off, get it to be stable, and then just run your knife along the side. There we go, and you can start to go and make your way around it without getting the white flesh, which can sometimes be a little bit bitter. I cut the top from here, so I still get that piece, and you get no seeds. Let's throw that out, I'll still use this. Alright. And just consistency. Alright. Okay. Alright, we're going to make the sauce for the noodles. We're using the egg noodles, which I just bought from the supermarket. These are dried and they don't take long to cook. Alright. So we need brown sugar. Perfect. $37 grams. You can use less if you don't want that much sugar, but to be honest, I don't care. Alright, 41 grams. And we've got hoisin sauce. So we need hoisin sauce. This is closed. A good tip, if you've got a pair of scissors, some of them have this little thing on there which lets you open bottles. So we're going to get 2 tablespoons of hoisin sauce. Oh, yeah. Right, that seems like 2 tablespoons there. We need another tablespoon of soy. I'll just put it in there. We've got the sugar and then we've got ginger. Half a teaspoon of ground ginger. Now, that seems like half a teaspoon. Alright. And we also need a tablespoon of vegetable oil. We use this, that's half a tablespoon, so we do it twice. Let's just go. I'll use this one's cleaner. Yeah. Alright. Just get that out. Away. It's pretty much a dirty texture plate for no reason, but that's fine. The last thing we need is a tablespoon of minced garlic. There's the knife, there we go. Right, cut up those bits. Easy way to peel your garlic is by hitting your knife on top. And that usually just comes off. Here we go. Done. So what I'll do is just slice halfway, get little cuts in between. Just chop that. That's a tablespoon of garlic. Alright. Then that's practically all the prep work done. So what I'll do is wash the vegetables, get rid of all this stuff, and then we can pretty much start to mix those ingredients and cook everything and put it together. Alright, so we've got rid of most of the stuff that's here. Everything is ready. The water's boiling so that we can, well, about to boil so that we can put the noodles in. But now we're going to make the lo mein sauce, which requires the ingredients to be mixed together. And that is have a look. It's this little stuff that we had, which was the hoisin, the ground ginger, and the soy sauce. We'll put that in a bowl. It smells so good though. Then we'll add the brown sugar. Right, and then you just mix that. So I think it'll go pretty thick. Just mix that really well. That's one of the reasons why I'm doing these videos is to show you that you don't need to be a professional to make food. You don't need to know how to cook, because all this stuff is, for me, the first time I'd ever make it. So if things don't work, they don't work, you try, and then you'll just figure out what you need to improve. So getting into the habit of cooking each week is really important, and you start to enjoy it. There we go. I think that's the consistency that we're looking for. Alright, so the recipe calls for 300 or 200 and something grams of 227 grams of noodles. Let's open that up. This is 375 grams, so I'm just going to eyeball it. If we have too much noodles in there, I don't mind. Yeah. No. Okay, I think that's enough. And the way that you cook it, based on the pack, is in a medium saucepan, bring the required amount of water to boil, add noodles and boil for 3 minutes or until loose. Rinse it and drain. Alright, we're going to shift over to the kitchen and start the process. Alright, so we have our water boiling, we've got the noodles, 3 to 4 minutes. I've got this little timer. Let's put 4 minutes. We're just going to drop these in. Just very carefully so it doesn't splash like that. We'll just press start. There we go. Alright, so I'm going to add oil to this pan. This is just the vegetable oil. And once it's hot, we're going to add the chicken. I think that's hot. Alright. Let me taste it. It has no flavour, but I think it's good. We'll drain it. Alright, they look like they've got good colour. I can add the garlic. Might reduce the heat just that little bit. Let's check. We'll just double check the recipe. Minced garlic, carrots, broccoli. Yep, let's add the veggies. And we just need to saute for 4 to 5 minutes. There we go. We've got the timer set up 5 minutes and we'll just make this cook through until they're a little bit tender. There we go, and we'll come back to it. Now, put the heat up. This is when you start to get really hungry. So I put it on high heat and now I'm just moving everything around. I think we're going to pop the noodles in, put the heat lower. So we're also going to put in our sauce. There you go, just make sure you get something to get all the sauce in. I think a pair of tongs might actually work. Be careful, don't use the metal tongs and too harshly because you might scratch your pan. If you're using a non-stick. If you want to get all the seasoning off, you can get some of the noodles, put it in that bowl and remove the seasoning or remove the sauce. There we go. That way you're not wasting anything. There you go. Right, now we're going to go put it in the containers. Our plates ready, and we're going to start for our containers, and we'll just start to put them in. These on. Perfect, and let's give this a try. chicken, some broccoli. Alright. It tastes good. You might need a bit more salt, maybe. I reckon you can add some pepper to it as well. The flavors are good. The veggies are not too soft, but everything works really well together. I think it would have worked, or it could have worked better with beef, but the chicken does work well. I think I'll just add a bit more salt to it, but this is a winner. Alright, I'm gonna go and eat this. Thank you guys for watching. If you haven't subscribed, make sure that you do. And let me know if you have any meal prep recipes that you want me to try out and cook. But until then, enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and I'll see you next week.